Welcome to another highlight set of the Extreme AI tournament between the Byzantines and the Japanese. In the red we have Byzantines with Anastasios Dikoros, and on the other side we have Tokugawa Ieyasu. One of the first things that we are seeing is that Tokugawa is already using the Japanese bonus and is building a mill and a second lumber camp, while on the other side only one lumber camp. Another difference is that Dikros sent 10 villagers to the berries because he's not able to see this elephant here. Dikros is going with one villager more to the Feudal Age. He has 2 on gold, and once again Tokugawa is utilizing the Japanese bonus by using 2 mining camps. Of course this is not doing anything, but what the hell. And is going for a man-at-arms opening. Tokugawa militias is coming in Feudal Age, and these militias are not accomplish anything, and he hasn't have the food to do the man-at-arms. And you can see the lion, he forced the tower from Dikros, but look at this, these militias are not achieving anything. And you can see here that the man-at-arms, when the upgrade arrives, they just got killed, and no value whatsoever on those man-at-arms. The Feudal Age was really soft without any type of aggression besides man-at-arms. His archers on a safe wood line, protecting the wood line that was exposed, and on the other side Tokugawa also did the same. He was here with the army and he was constantly moving to this lumber camp that was really exposed. So both players are reaching Castle Age almost at the same time, and there is a huge difference. Both of them are going with Bo3, but look how they are utilizing the food. This is a big difference, is that Dikros is not spending the food that he has, he's building a siege workshop, while Tokugawa built a town center and has the army forward, and he's spending the resources on elite skirmisher, crossbowman and bodkin, while Dikros only now is getting crossbowman. Tokugawa made a huge damage here, killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 villagers, and he just starts to back off because there is the tower and the damage is already done. But before going out, he still killed another villager. This damage went on, and I think that Dikros was really afraid of making any mangonels. Look at this. Tokugawa is diving in the tower, he doesn't care about that, and he's always applying the pressure. Of course, Dikros is now taking a really huge fight, a really great fight. The reinforcements are coming in, and Dikros is afraid, and Tokugawa said, okay, damage done, 20 villagers ahead, more 15 army, so he is good. The Castle Age continued to be really passive, with Dikros protecting the forward woodline that he got into, Tokugawa expanding really well to outside woodlines, starting to bring relics, and is waiting for the upgrades, for the Imperial Age upgrades, while he is transitioned to barracks and champions. And now what happens is that Dikros found out some army to go forward on this hill, and of course Tokugawa took this fight relentlessly, and he tried to take the best trade possible with this. Just before Tokugawa reached Imperial, he was able to force Dikros out of this wood line. And look at this, the army from Tokugawa is trying to chase, and only now we are seeing mangonels. Are we going to see a mangonel shot? Okay, the answer is no, and that's why I think Dikros doesn't know how to use mangonels. And this is perfect, you already have Arbalest, you have Bracer on this, so this is a really big fight for Tokugawa to have while he's preparing to transition to champions. And now with the champions in, with rams, especially with scorpions behind, he's pushing Dikros that is only now going to Imperial, and I think the lack of gold is not allowing Dikros to have a better economy, a better army on the field, and therefore these champions are dominating with these scorpions behind, and we see the last defense upgrade, the transition is almost done, it's only missing what? It's only missing Gambsons! Dikros with so many champions is trying to transition to knights, yes, Byzantine knights. And what is the answer for Tokugawa? just pikemen, why not? Still, champions are a really cost-efficient trade against knights. All coming in, champions with full pressure, capture one, and this snowball becomes really huge. You can see the only solution was to make some cataphracts, but there are no cataphracts, and Tokugawa just go for a forward town center, because why not? With the final castle, it's a Byzantine castle, so it's holding for so damn long, but with the castle going down, there is only one thing that Dicaros can do, and is to call the GG. Well played, and we see Japanese going for the first strike. And now we are going to jump in to the Byzantine zone map that is none other than Bog Islands. Imagawa Yoshimoto playing as the Japanese here on Bog Islands, and on the other side of the red we have for the Byzantines Emperor Constantine stepping up into the field. We know what Byzantines are great in this map is that his fire ships attack faster. That's why on a map where demos and fire ships are so important, Byzantines should dominate this map. One of the biggest difference already is that Imagawa is already building the dock, while Emperor Constantine doesn't have. Only at 4 mids and 4 the dock is starting to being built, and Yoshimoto already has one fishing ship in the queue. Yoshimoto, because of his economy lead, went to Feudal Age way later, but he has already almost 7 fishing ships, while the Byzantines only has 4. Constantine is scouting with the fishing ship, making clear opportunity to see where the dock is for Yoshimoto. And because of the early Feudal Age, you can see here that Emperor Constantine went forward with 2 demos, 2 fire ships, and look at this brutal damage. Of course, Yoshimoto already had some demos in defensive, so he killed a lot from Constantine, but the fire ships arrive really nice and early, takes another demo to the fishing ship, but Constantine is the first to keep the pressure. And what starts to happen is the fishing ships, the fire ships are starting to kill villagers. You can see here another fire galley harassing the all wood lines and also the fishing ships from Yoshimoto, and Yoshimoto is already going for a semi-fast castle with this pressure. However, Yoshimoto is pressuring, is killing all the fishing ships, and one dock for Yoshimoto is starting to get punished. Yoshimoto doesn't have any wood line, and what happens is bada boom! Villagers going down for demos, fire ships harassing the wood line, and Yoshimoto doesn't have any wood line access at the moment. Constantine made the right decision of keeping Feudal Age way longer while having this perfect farm setup, 3 docks here, wood line in the back. Look at this setup. Emperor Constantine is going Castle Age with this beautiful economy, while maintaining the pressure and the map control. When Constantine arrives to Castle Age, he instantly went for Heavy Plow, Bowsaw and War Galley. And look at this, the KD is brutal, it's 26 to 1 in terms of villagers, 50 villagers to 29, and Yoshimoto has no army whatsoever. Of course, Yoshimoto was forced to build 2 towers, 5 kills and 7 kills here. Because of these towers, the war galleys were getting sniped and killed. Both towers already have increased to 10 kills, and Yoshimoto found this really safe wood line. And Constantine said, okay, I have the water control, you don't have docks and production, so I will kill you now with knights. And he starts focusing on the first tower. You see the pike, he fights back, he kills the pike, once kills the pike, he goes back to the tower. This was just a methodical and clinical game for Constantine. While being on 3 town centers, booming up, Yoshimoto still tries to make pikes, makes monks, is trying to spend wood on farms, but the TC is getting idle, still making some demos to try to snipe the knights. The first tower went down, now he's focusing on the second. In here he started to get a rest and the villagers are coming back. and there is nothing that Yoshimoto can do now. Tower goes down, the pikes are here, even making some demos to kill the pikeman. The Constantine make a statement here and said, okay, we are the best, this is our home map, 110 villagers against 18 army against 2, and what a win that was. So with this win, we are moving to the third and last map for the Japanese home map, and it is Habu, an aggressive one, so let's jump in. So we are here in the last game between Japanese, and the Japanese went with Sanada Yukimura, and for the Byzantines we have here in the red with Justinian the Great. Once again, Sanada Yukimura decides to go for the second lumber camp, and this time the lumber camps are actually way more efficient. Not the case for Justinian. Okay, let's just appreciate a little bit how good is the AI pushing these zebras. Look at this, it doesn't allow to reset, always following the zebra. It's like a hawk chasing his prey. Both players are going to Feudal Age at the exact same time with 22 pop, and they are going, and Sanada Yukimura decides to have a different opening than the Arabia game and decides to go to open a straight archers instead of going for the barracks. The Feudal Age was really passive, with both of them trying to protect their vulnerable areas. And Yukimura decides to, okay, this is last game, I really want to win, and decides to place a tower to protect this woodline. Because of the excellent macro game, Yukimura went to Castle Age really faster than the Justinian. Look at this, almost 1 minute and 30 seconds fast. You know what that means, right? Yes, you know what? Is the army for Yukimura is at the front already with this elite skirmisher crossbowman coming in, killing one villager, killing an archer, placing another really well placed town center protecting this middle area and killing another villager, and even going for the third villager. Look at this damage, 4 in total, 5. But Justinian said, okay, I don't care. I have more army than you, I have the position, I have elite skirmisher going in, this town center is not going up, and look at this, Justinian strikes again against Yukimura on this early game. Despite the tower, despite the town center, he's doing the pressure. Now that finally Justinian killed a total of 7 villagers against 5, the town center goes up. But now Yukimura decides to do the siege workshop, and rightly so, he's already building the mangonel. And now we need to pay close attention to this fight, because look at this mangonel. A huge shot on the archers and elite skirmishers. And now this was the highlight of the game. Look at this! Boom! This mangonel is the MVP, killing 4 archers, killing the town center, even killing another villager. And still in the same shot, another huge mangonel shot, another huge mangonel shot, 50 kills. What is this? A mangonel? It is a crowbar crier. Another one is calling his peasants, please repair me, I'm the god that is giving you the game. For Yukimura, look at that, and even killing more, 5 archers, 30 kills. Tell me guys, did you ever saw a mangonel with so many kills in your life? And of course we need to follow the mangonel until his deathbed with 44 kills, and look at this, the army difference, 41 kill army against 13, the second mangonel not getting as much value because it was almost impossible. After that insane pressure, Yukimura is always trying to dive town centers, trying to get villager kills, because this army has 26 kills, and look at this, always keeping Justinian in his base. And of course Yukimura is now going for mangonels. What happens is that Yukimura is already going imperial, he has a huge army lead, and he's safely doing once again the transition to infantry. Justinian the Great went for an all-in, Yukimura went to Imperial Age, and just before arriving to Imperial Age he slowly lost all his army against these knights. with this pikeman transition, Justinian went M on skirmishers and Mangonel's non-stop production, and he starts to pressure the first town center. Yukimura decides, okay, I will try to secure my base a little bit behind, while I get, guess what, the champion transition. Justinian keeps on with the pressure with the skirmishers, and Mangonel pressure is almost taking down this town center. Yukimura decides to start the pressure with the champions with full upgrades. Who wins, skirmishers knights or champions alps? Of course, there is only one answer, and we see here these champions, Japanese champions, just eat knights and skirmishers for breakfast. Justinian decides against going to Imperial Age to have the pressure, but now we have 52 champions all over Justinian base. Justinian with an insane pressure, with all champions diving in the Justinian base, and Yukimura is saying, okay, I win this as hard as possible, and Justinian just steps out because, okay, you are just too good for me. GG, well played. Japanese goes to the next step, to next round,